We are so back, as the kids say. There's lots of kids in this game, so I'm hoping one of them says that. This was a bit of a last minute move for me, to be honest. I didn't really know what game to stream tonight. Well, I mean, I don't know if I could stream tonight entirely, but it's very loud for me, but I don't know if it'll get picked up on the mic, so I don't know. This is just suffering of my own making. I have not touched this game since the last time I streamed it, which was not my initial intention, but I feel like I was not one to leave important matters unattended to. Important being completing, completing the optional, completing optional objectives in a children's video game being one of those things. So here I am. I don't know what to do to find most of the content, so I think this will probably be a good time to just sort of wander about and, one, get my bearings, two, just kind of like chill out and speak my mind, or whatever. I do aim to, at the very least, find all the side quests that have the legendaries in them, and I assume there's going to be something that'll happen once I catch every Pokemon in the game, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Hello, thanks for this long uncomfortable silence. Yeah, healing Pokemon is a specialty of mine, working at Pokemon Center at all, so I decided to share my skills with my team. What I mean is I taught my Pokemon that can restore health. Oh, we're fighting a nurse this time. This was actually naturally the first place I would think to go, at least maybe for one of the DLC mons. Speaking of which, I think I want to check to see this, because it's been a sizable enough amount of time that maybe something has dropped. Maybe I'm completely wrong. That happens every now and then. Nah, yeah. Nothing. No special New Year's. I'm clearly asking too much. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Self-healing team, you say? Who is the best suited for that, actually? I don't know, one that can whoop them hard. Hoping I'll get a self-healing... Yeah, trust me, I played classic Pokemon. I've seen trainers use full restores. I already know the pain, lady. Yeah. It feels... The game does feel a little bit, louder than I remember. Oh, I think I know where that might be, actually. Right, this is an important tool that I need for my own devices. Oh, that's... Yeah, maybe I should have reconsidered my first choice of mine. Like, for real, for real. You missed. And you're dead. What are you looking at? Okay, there you go. Oh. It seems we took each other out. Oh, this is a good choice for me. Maybe not. Maybe yes. I've still got it. You'll need to tax that faster force, but you can't recover health from time. Yeah, obviously. Give me a recover TM, please. I didn't check the message list, but I'm going to press such a nasty question. I'm only focusing on recovering. Make sure to keep that in mind when my team's moved, and here we are. No choice but to admit how strong and how weak I still am. That Pokemon said work about your skills, line healing Pokemon. I mean, those were the highest level Pokemon I've seen so far, so you got that going for you. Thank you for... Thank you for healing my team after a battle. Most trainers don't actually do that for me. Oh, or is that just for you? Okay. I was mistaken. Ah, just healing stuff. I should have figured. I thought about this in retrospect. It'd be really nice to have my, yeah, to have my second all-rounder Mon have a healing move of some kind. Just to stall people out. It's funny how I consider all-rounder to be like a staller, even though there's gotta be better Mons for it. Anyway. That obviously wasn't what I was looking for. But I did find a treasure. That's the wrong game. My greatest... You don't look like you'll have something I want. Where the heck do I find the things I'm specifically looking for? Well, I guess I shouldn't be too uptight about it. At least I'm having fun in the bun. That's not how it goes. What is that? Oh, it's a lion. I recognize you. I was just a lion. Who might you? I mean, technically, in a sense, that key has dropped a key. So the hairstyles are supposed to use the face. We just haven't had a good brush at a cafe near the hair salon. I bet you choosing battle spread, but I'm not going to remember all of this. I suddenly find myself strapped for words now that I'm going places and not finding much. Let me look at the gifts again. Let me see if side mission available. What does it mean by meet the conditions? I would sure love to know. I'm sure it would help me on such a quest of great importance, but that's fine. I don't want to... I guess I could talk about how life's been recently, although I don't think much has happened since the last time, like Saturday. Excuse me? Oh, she wants... It's a Battle with Parish song, I bet. I was a bit confused when she said 30 seconds, and I was like, what if I just stalled out the time by, like, not going along with the text box? Because that would, certainly put a foil in your plans. I can't believe I'm doing errands on a gaming stream. What's wrong with me? Unless they specifically wanted me to have... Maybe they expected me to have done everything by the time I was ready to find any legendary Pokemon, but as you can see, I don't. And also, I'm pretty sure Legends Arceus' DLC Pokemon weren't like that. Sense by Spritzy. I'm starting to I'm starting to not find these interesting anymore because since I have what since I have stuff I actually want to do. See what kind of touch on the receiving street, blah 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 blah, etc. etc. Just get 30 berries, no big deal. If you ask an old Pokemon player this, I'm pretty sure they'd kill you on the spot. Do I not have all those berries? Cherry, Oka, and something else. 3. Tomato as well. Tomato is not a berry, it's a fruit. I have 17 of them, huh? Well, I'm sure those will come to me naturally as I progress. That guy's me for real. What if I... It could also be maybe tied to the Infinite ZA Royale. I didn't think about that until just now. It's a possibility, one that I'm willing to entertain. Because let's be real, I'm not really getting much out of these peeps. In front of the Stone Emporium, maybe? I'm still not entertaining the idea I put forth. Because I am not am I an entertainer? Do I legally classify as an entertainer? That's a question worth exploring. What could these two children possibly... This is not what I signed up for, but none of these side quests are technically. Man, I came in to do one thing and I came out with nothing. Okay. Today, what happened today that I can talk about? I went outside. That's probably a momentous enough occasion. But, the reason I went outside was to get lasers on my body. Adding to my laundry list of things to do, which of course is making me less inclined to do it all. That's basically how it works. That's basically how real life works, and I'm subjecting myself to the horrors of real life in the video game. I'm starting to realize why people don't watch these streams, or VODs, or either, or, but yeah, you know what I could get into, honestly? I could get into a nice chocolate cake. Malay, that's the name. I'm gonna go along with whatever you're saying. Why don't you guys type speed plays in chat? Oh, I have to abide by the rules as well. I don't like doing that. Okay, yeah, the more... What if... Where is... Hang on, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 50. Oh, there's a quest at the local bureau. That will probably get me somewhere I want to go. This is the problem. I've become a very performative gamer in that I try to get the highest numbers in the video game, and that does not add up to anything in real life, and it just makes everyone upset the longer that doesn't happen. I'm basically like a addict. Hello. I understand, Emma. It looks like your Esper needs issues in your dance site. Yes. You can't use this, like physically. You must be sensing some kind of psychic energy. You can telepathically pick up thoughts and feelings and transmit them to another person. Using telepathy takes a lot out of Mimi, so I've asked her to hold back. But even so, sometimes it happens to pick up on something, just like now. I wonder what it's detecting. Maybe that dance site you got is imbued with some kind of strong emotion. And there it goes. I've sent an animal to its doom. What else is new? Why don't you follow Mimi and see where it's headed? I forgot to make that my my quest. That seems nice. That all seems very oh, mint. EX1. Anyway, what was I saying? Well, I do also want to, at some point, check out the, frickin', check out the DLC for this game, but I've heard that I'm gonna encounter mega Pokémon that are above level 100, which sounds insane, first of all. And second of all, means I'm gonna have to play this game a little longer, so my logic is sound, and I think Mimi's picking up on something. Hold on a sec. Hi, Sedna? Nuts, I don't know. Mimi and I are on a case right now, and we might need your help. Yeah, if you could let Eris and Nyx know too, that would be great. These are all characters I don't know. Sorry about that. I was just checking in on some friends from back in the day. Oh, yeah? See, I run the bureau now, but it was started by a detective named Looker. Oh, I did... That makes so much sense now. Exactly. He was such a kind person and helped to teach me so much, but it turned out he wasn't any ordinary private detective. He was an international police officer. So eventually he had to go off and solve more cases somewhere else. Far away, probably. I took over for him as head of the bureau, and I'm doing my best to run things with the help of Mimi. And those friends I just spoke to. Mimi has been particularly helpful. His telepathy has helped solve so many cases. But like I said, it gets worn out if it uses those powers too much. Meow meow. Rup. Derpy noises. Come on, Celeste, let's follow Mimi. I also wanted to bring up as well, I was talking to someone about why my setup is so bad, and the fact that my setup is bad, but it apparently didn't occur to me to get a USB tower to... I don't know how much that would help actually, but, you know, if I move the USB to a different source, and then that, with its natural using the natural cord for this capture card, I don't know how it works. You expect me to know how anything works? Come on. What is it, Mimi? Wait, are you picking up on my own... Wait, what? Girl was just hungry. It's Mimi's mystical power. Somebody can feel Emma's thoughts in your head. What? What's going on with Mimi? Is it hungry? I'm getting pretty hungry myself. Are you hungry? You did say it was reading your own feelings. Oh, so I was just thinking I could go for a little bite to eat. Wow. Thanks for looking out for me, Mimi. I keep worrying that my yeah. I keep worrying that my voice isn't getting it picked up by the noise of the TV, but when I see the mic peak with every word I say, I become a little less worried about that and more worried that I'm peaking the mic with my voice. So, you know, equivalent exchange and all that. What do you say we make a little pit stop to refuel? It turns out this was the whole point of this outing. This Diane site was just a ticket, it's just a meal ticket. Figuratively and literally. That was delicious, wasn't it? Now then, Mimi, how about you go show us where you want us to go? Headcanon voice for Esper. Come on, Celeste, let's follow. I forgot she Naruto runs. It's so stupid, I love it. Anyway. Anywho, anyway, anyhow. I'm gonna beat up a cow. I'm not gonna beat up a cow, that's animal cruelty. Unless the cow was evil and attacked me and tried to overthrow the government. In which case I'd probably let it, let's be honest. What's up, Mimi? What are you doing in front of that elevator? Meow. Meow. You want to go up, don't you? We could have just gone up. We didn't have to stop to ask it to go up. I think we're close to finally unraveling the truth. I'll go first. See you up there, Celeste. This is how they justify putting loading zones in between side quests, because they can't have following NPCs, except for the, like, a couple times when they actually did that. Okay. We're on that ominous building. That would be the place to go. Except I have to walk all the way through. I have to walk the way through Megastone Junction just to do that. Woe is me in this world of mine, of ours, of this world of worlds. The world in which we live in. It sure is, isn't it? Anyway, off we go to the... There's a lot of stones up here. I wonder if that's a portent for something. Whatever you were sensing is around here, right, Mimi? There are so many mech crystals here. Too many. That's not normal. I've suddenly found it enjoyable to make fake Esper noises. I did nothing to you creatures. Why must you... Oh, hello. You're the one I was after. What's that other Pokemon? You don't read much, do you? Maybe it's related to your Megastone somehow. Yeah, it's in the name, you might say. The only way to find out whether it's connected to your Megastone is to catch it. We are talking about a mystical Pokemon here, so I don't... It's no small order. Speaking of order... McDonald's. That was the through line to that joke. Oh boy, just how much trouble am I in exactly? Level 70. take out these guys before they cause too much trouble. Oh wow, okay, it turns out Super Tank can't Super Tank his way out of this one. Come on, come on, come on. Alright. Could you not throw rocks everywhere, please? It's very rude. No, not the... Okay, well, different means same result. That's somewhat worrisome. Should I have come here at nighttime? I feel like having a dust ball on my side wouldn't have hurt. A list of things that wouldn't have hurt. Getting splashed with water. A list of things that wouldn't have hurt. A very slow fist bump. A very long high five, aka a handshake. Although, depending on how hard the other person high fives or handshakes, it might hurt. Or maybe it's just a skill issue that you have to sort out for yourself. I got hurt by the rocks. Cannibal might suit you. Oh wow, it actually worked. Very nice piano music for this great achievement. Good job, I knew you could handle it, Celeste. Hey, can I see that Pokemon you just caught? It legally is mine now. It's so pretty. This glimmer reminds me of the Anistar sundial. Who is that? I've never met an Anistar. What is that? I am Gen Z. Yeah, there's a strange sundial in Anistar City said to have something to do with megastones. This brings so many things to mind. In particular, I'm thinking about two people I've met since I parted ways with Looker, namely Az and Professor Sycamore. The Professor spoke with Az as part of his research into Mega Evolution. Professor Sycamore's theory was that megastones formed 3,000 years ago. When certain stones were irradiated by the light, the energy of the legendary Pokémon that was fired from the ultimate weapon. Az nodded when he heard that. According to him, that's why we've been finding new types of megastones recently. After all, the ultimate weapon was fired again 5 years ago. That's how you develop lore and mechanics all in one. It's okay, Mimi. I'm here to keep Lumia safe, and Celeste is here to help too. And make sure you take good care of this Pokemon, okay, Celeste? Lumiose needs people like you, people who can really bond with all sorts of Pokemon. Happy. I guess we'll head back to the Looker Bureau. Take care. I'll probably see you again sooner than we both think. Oh, I just remembered Az mentioned something else. He said during his long journey searching for Floe, he saw a phenomenon in Hoenn that may have been the beginning of all Mega Evolution. That's what got him always thinking about the bonds between people and Pokemon. It's been too long since I played Oros, so I don't know. I think something to do with a Pokemon of the legendary variety, I would think. Legs are already sleeping, that's not a good sign for me. Hello, small creature. I'm legally obligated to do this. How often do I get close to you like that? Okay, fine, you get to live it today. How did I miss this item over here? I see shiny thing, I pick up shiny thing. This is just how I roll. Where was... I forgot where the Looker Bureau was again. I just naturally assumed I'd need to go there to find the Mewtwo. There it is. What else is there to do aside from continue my quest? I guess I could, The Judge feature gives you a concrete evaluation of Pokemon stats to engage their latent potential. Okay. After all this time, we get to see, what my IVs were for each team member. Oh wow. Was not expecting that. And I made him a special attacker. Look at me. Look at how foolish I look. Oh, this is actually... Meh. Okay, but honestly, these three, way better than I ever thought they'd be, honestly. And in like... and in some of their best stats as well. They're the ones that actually matter. Anyway, now that I've now that I got that out of the way, I need to think. I don't know how to fill in the void. The void is immeasurable by human means, and the longer we peer into it, the closer we, look towards insanity. Anyway, now that you know this horrible truth, let it sink in. So, yeah. Aged 20 years in the blink of an eye. Oh, you can use that. Interesting. Bro has beef with bro. That's just how it is. I can get new thing. Remember when Surf was a HM? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Alright. I did also... Something that might be good to break up the action while I'm thinking about it is, I need to find a bench, I forgot. As much as I'd love to just sit here and subject you to me evolving all the Pokemon in my possession, I don't think it would make for a good stream idea. But I digress. It's actually been so long since I did this on a stream, but now I have ample reason to sate my bloodlust. I mean, increase my rewards. I don't know. Theoretically, I should have all the means to catch all the... Alright, they have multiple in this, like, they have multiple now. Water, that sounds bad. This one seems the least annoying. I've kind of realized, I don't know if this is like a groundbreaking realization. I feel like you can't really, I guess you can technically, but I feel like, I keep losing my train of thought because I keep getting busy doing stuff. Rank Infinity, is that even possible? well, I can see it with my own eyes, so... Anyway... It's almost, like, cyclical how, you know, how my interest in Pokemon seems to sort of go nowadays. Like, personally, I feel like, you know, I mean, you could also really apply it to right now, like, now that the main game is said and done, I'm like, and I've been trying to get into other games like Oblivion and whatnot. I'm basically, you know, I can feel my desire to play this game wane with every day, and I feel like that's a bad thing for someone who's already gotten so far and wants to go even further. There are definitely, you know, that's... I don't know if I want to say it in, like, in a professional, quote-unquote, capacity, but, you know, honestly, you know... I also sort of think about, I sort of think about the experience I had with this game and the way it compares to experiences I've had in games both recent and far-flung, and I'm like, am I gonna remember Urbane's name, like, 2 years down the line? The guy who may have got me into debt with the mob, but he was kind of chill about it, so it was okay. Not about... It also brings up a very, worthwhile discussion about, you know, the story aspect of Pokemon, because I've realized that, oh, Jesus. Because I sort of realized how, essentially... Okay, apparently that counted, even though it was self-inflicted. I'm gonna buy all the outfits after this. Oh, golly, OG, don't you worry none. Where am I? Where is anyone? These are two important questions I'd love to have known to me. And gosh darn, I hate crossing my... I hate how I've learned to cross my legs, and it is coming back to bite me in many ways. But yeah, I can't say for sure what, you know, because I'm not a writer and I'm not a professional critic. I mean, I know IGN makes it look so easy, but who cares, honestly. I guess you could say that for a lot of game, so you can say it for a lot of gaming, whatchamacallit, I'm not comfy in my spot. I need to rectify that, but I don't know how. No, damn it, why would you look this way? Hey, I was in the middle of something. I hate this because now I'm gonna come back and the guy's just gonna be standing there and I'm gonna have to deal with his BS. Oh, gosh, my leg. This is all I'm gonna talk about this entire stream. Man. Low-key, wish I had a beanbag. But essentially, I'm now propping up myself with my arm, leaning against the couch. Oh, hello. Nothing personnel kit. Yeah, so as I was saying, I don't know what makes a good Pokemon, a memorable Pokemon. I guess good and memorable can be mutually exclusive, because I do remember the 3 friends from Pokemon X and Y. One loved cute Pokemon, and that was all they talked about. One loved studying Pokemon moves, and that was all they talked about. One loved to dance, and that was all they talked about. See, it's actually easy when you put it into practice. But, that aside, you know, it's interesting, actually, now that I think about it, because I think... Well, actually, no, that's not true. I was going to say, I think nostalgia plays a lot into it, but I can't remember anything, like, about, freaking, you know, Brendan / May, and also Wally from back in Ruby and Sapphire. Well, partly because I couldn't really read all that much, or didn't read all that much. One or the other, really. And saying that out loud also begs the question of, like, how to captivate people when you don't have without a voice, basically. Which is a conversation I don't think I'm prepared to, like, get into. However, I don't know. I guess a good litmus test would be to sort of remember Pokemon characters from games I've experienced already. I guess you could consider keep losing my train of thought. Oh, come on, I was so close. Lamona loved to battle, and that was scary. Frickin' Arvin scared me at first, and then he was all like, I want to cook stuff. Penny is like every nerd IRL, just like actually though. And I suppose that's what you... I suppose talking like that would sort of like, you know, establish a niche, something that sets them apart, or so, like only talking about wanting to dance, for example, and have Pokemon dance. That would be a good example. But what makes them interesting? Okay, what made... I'm gonna try to rationalize all this so hard. Hang on. Surely I got more experience than just the few examples I've come up with already. I'm drawing blanks, like I am shooting the gun at a 100-meter dash. Let me move. Okay. Yeah. It could also be related to how I experience these games. And I also realize all I'm doing is like rambling back and forth as things pop into my mind. And like that's probably not damn it. That's probably not productive to an actual sort of I don't know, like any sort of discussion is what I'm trying to say, basically. Maybe I should close my mouth forever. This is like ridiculous. So basically, damn. I have posed a new question for myself. Was IGN new exclusive Pokemon was always bad? No. Or perhaps makes me think maybe for the most parts. I leave that sentence unfinished again. Damn. That's all I have to say about it, damn. Like, what are you gonna... What can you really ask of me at this point? A lot, but I can't guarantee I'll deliver. Alright. I do have to wonder if me not being able to answer anything I put forward says more about me or about the issue in question. And that's something you couldn't really put together unless you... maybe the next person I talk to will have better insights in this field of discussion. Or the next 10 people, because that's how you do the scientific method. You ask as many people as possible. So... Alright, you know what, let's start small. Let's start with what I liked about this game. It's a real... Again, I don't know if this has more bad... If this says more bad about me or about the subject of my discussion, but basically, yeah, oh, well, I should have seen that coming. You know, talking about actually how, you know, admitting that I liked how things carried over from X and Y would result in me having to admit liking liking such and such about X and Y, which, you know, I did. Like, to be honest, okay, this is something I can actually talk about succinctly. You know, at the time, X and Y kind of like, you know, at the time it did, like, essentially, like, jumpstart me back into the franchise when I was feeling in a bit of a slump, even though it's weird because the Gen 4 and 5 are considered, like, because I like considered amazing across the whole series, and at the time I was like sort of just um, wading my way through it, I guess. Maybe it was. Maybe I am just a. Maybe I am just someone with poor taste and only does like 3D stuff. But I digress because I'm also realizing I'm getting way more trainers in a row than I ever did, like off stream. Yeah. I, yeah, basically X and Y was my jump start back into the series, and I did, it's always nice to see, like, new designs, because, no matter what you say about the games themselves, that each generation seems to have, like, a Pokemon or a set of Pokemon that, or, like, just all the Pokemon in general, some of the designs are, like, universally, like, they're either, like, some are bangers, some are, some are not, to put it bluntly. And that goes for, like, Pokemon across pretty much every generation. And, I guess that makes that part of the experience, like, something they've gotten at least consistent the whole way through. So there's that. And I think the novelty of seeing something 3D could also have to do with, me growing up with Pokemon Colosseum, Pokemon XD, and thinking they were like the, like the best things ever. Because that game actually, like, took itself pretty seriously. Those two games, I mean. Just, what? I mean, like, where, well, I don't know if I want to say take seriously, but, like, take seriously and nail it, unlike what I remember in freaking, in, like, Sun and Moon, that's the one, where they, they talked about death like it was a natural thing, and that was like, that was a... Come on, really? To me, personally, it felt like... There we go. Like they were trying to lean too much into the, to other demographics, like it's some, because just maybe out of the sheer shock value of the, of having that stuff brought up in the first place, even though we all knew it, like, deep down. Like, there's something about, something to be said about consistency in storytelling. Like, I'm gonna send you to the next life, sort of, or just, I'm gonna take care of you, quote unquote, type of talk. And then Sun Moon is like, I will make sure your body gets found by your family, sent you back to your family. Like, that's one standout line from that game I remember. And against Team Skull, of all people, the weird dancer, just... I guess that... I guess the, random ramblings are sort of, oh, you want more Furfuro stuff? Is there are there more Furfuro styles than there used to be? Um, but yeah, to that end, like the end of which I'm making these points of discussion, is that there are like, many different definitions for, like, what you consider, like, memorable, but in order to, like, in, to make something, like, actually enticing, I mean, you could say that in the case of, just, you could say in the case of this game, like, why I decided to keep going and didn't really, like, feel like I had to slow down at any point. And maybe I don't, maybe I don't need to put it into words. It would help to sort of understand the point I'm trying to make, but, you know, at the end of the day, you want to have fun with what you do, and if that means being in a colourful, like, in a world of colourful creatures of many different, but in many different biomes of many different species, varieties, and or having them participate in gunfights and cook them and put them into slave farms or whatever, or not doing any of those things. So, you know, that's up to the individual's discretion, I guess. But, personally, I do find myself enjoying these more vibrant type games. Now that I think about it, most. Oh, I don't know about that actually. I wanted to say, like, I'm standing on the bench. This is very rude. Not the bench. Well, yes, the bench. Seat, bench, tomato, tomato. Rewards for matches. Let me see what this actually does. Not right now. Hang on. Let me determine what I want to bring in to this thing, to this fight. Yeah, I guess this is as good a start as any. Oh, I remember you. I wonder if this is just gonna be like, can we lose the internals because Z? Because Z is the ultimate, and to ultimate, the end to all that comes before it. That's very poetic, but I remember you singing a different tune before. I guess you should be thanking me, all things considered. This was not the right choice to begin with, I don't think. Or actually, never mind, he's bad. Wow, why are you making me do this? Like, actually, though. This would have been so limp if I actually bothered to grind out the challenges ticket just to do this. He's talking rather than some appeal to try and open every new thing. What is my favorite Pokemon game? Because I've, Oh, bottle caps. Those are actually quite useful. I guess this. Whoa. You think on the stop whatever you're doing and hurry straight back to hotels. You like now, Oh. I guess... Wait, so can I get a... Sorry, I'm trying to determine what the heck any of that meant. I guess I can keep doing reward challenges, but now I have something else that apparently needs my attention. Leader has called a state of emergency, and who am I to deny my friend Leader? One of the only people who haven't berated me or inconvenienced me. Thus making her my favorite by default. Meet again? Oh. I guess we're friends now? I'd like to speak to you about Az, but words fail me. How does one speak fittingly of such a man? It is tragic after seeing so many others set to their rest, he was alone when his time came. It is actually sad now that I think about it. Still, I'm glad for the conversations he and I had, however scant. You imprisoned him at one point, so I don't know if that applies. Excuse me, but what did you talk to Az about? About the agony of being unable to die. About his deeds, both good and heinous. Even though it was for the sake of peace, he did build Ange. Do you consider that a bad deed? Not necessarily, though the havoc it wreaked on Lumios is undeniable. The exact causality is unclear. We could surmise that Ange's influence resulted in more wild Pokémon gathering throughout Lumios, which led to this city, built for humans, to become a place of harmony with these wild creatures. But now we have separated Pokémon and humans into different areas once more. I wonder, is it right that we keep each other at arm's length with these holotech barriers? Perhaps we will find another way. I look forward to seeing what the people of the city choose. Right, so... I have, of course, come to tell you something. I'll get to it. After you and I spoke in Lysander Labs, more of my memory returned. And I recalled the existence of two beings. The one that gives and the one that takes. Did I read about it or did you tell me? I forget. What's your favorite between Pokemon X and Pokemon Y? This is the one I played because of my sibling interactions, I was the one who picked the least popular version. That was just the rule of law. I wish I could tell you more. I'm sorry. For now, all I can remember are these epithets. But I have more to tell you. Zygarde has not shown itself since that eventful day. I imagined it exhausted its power and has now retreated somewhere to quietly recover. You understand what that means, do you not? There are none but you on whom I can rely. That being said, I'll leave the rest up to you. Please find the two I spoke of. Okay, bye. What even was that? It's like that guy was trying to win a cryptic old man contest. He didn't give me much to go on, did he? Perhaps he could learn from people with connections to Team Flare. Got anyone in mind? Mabel at the Pokemon Research Lab and Grisham at Navarro Cafe, I suppose. There you go. We'll be cheering for you. Okay. I now have clear goals in mind, in view and in mind, and I wonder where Bane went. Would it be appropriate to say that I miss him? Also, how do I didn't mean to press that. How do I enter camera mode? No. Not you, sorry. That button, yeah. Wow, I moved so fast. Man. I feel for you, Chloe. I mean, I can't. I don't... As an empath, I can tell Chloe's going through some shit. Seriously, what was that old guy there? He sure never trusted the whole mysterious vibe. After big catastrophes like the one we had with Prison Tower, more trouble tends to follow. I think I want to explore these new directions I have in life. Also, real quick, I picked up. I might be making a fool of myself in a second. Ah, here we are. What was its nature again? Not me doing all this. Not me doing all this. What was it? Like stat work, essentially. I don't know. I didn't really, I don't really think of good words most of the time. However, I do think this is better than what it already has. Now, to what degree did these stats change? Oh, wow. I was about to say, I can't believe it was as good as the wall now, but for special, but that's obviously not true in the least. I also gotta fix these stats up because, good lord. Man. What am I even doing? I'm improving my Pokemons. Oh, sorry, I think I just wasted that. Oops. Listen, I'm not going to be switching my long-time teammates out anytime soon, but I do need to prepare for battles ahead. Essentially. Come back, Zink. Come back. Alright, that looks a bit better. Let's talk to a convicted criminal is a sentence I can say in this context and have it be perfectly fine for myself and my safety. I'm not yelling that. I don't want to blast out the mic or anyone in the house's eardrums. Throwing even more budget into the wild zones because now they're hit with tourists. We can't handle that with more funding. This idiot mayor is going to be the death of me. Sure, things at Prison Tower have calmed down at last. But that doesn't mean there aren't other threats to Lumiere. The signs are all there. Hello, sorry to intrude on your good mood. I'm afraid I didn't know it. And look who's here. Oh my god, the finest researcher in the entire Mabel stable. Oh, you're a poet and you I guess you knew it too. Or didn't. You must have something pretty annoying to ask me if you're coming away to my office, right? Well, man, I haven't seen run on text boxes between two entries since for your first game. Is low-key something annoying because I don't never know in the moment if that's what they're doing. Anyway, yeah. So you remember your old boss? I'm sure you guys love go way back and all, but and I just noticed that the backlight on your laptop is the team flare. Maybe I could have, and also your gamer chair has that. I feel so blind looking at it right now and not drawing any conclusions before. But anyway, I'm here for my Xerneas. Here we go again. Even after years on the straight and narrow, I still can't escape my past. Alright, I guess I can't avoid it forever, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you what I know. There's a pair of legendary Pokémon in the Kalos region. The one that takes, otherwise known as Yveltal, and one that gives, usually called Xerneas. I know quite a bit about the two, since Team Flare tried its hand at capturing them both. But in the game they only captured one, so that's a bit, Listen, I'm about to do something important, so I need you to pay attention here, kid. We've been getting some strange readings lately from the wild zones around town. If I had to posit a theory, I'd say it's almost like the areas have been bathed in Xerneas' life energy. And in every wild zone where we've detected these weird readings, you've seen a certain kind of Pokemon appearing without fail. They're alpha Pokemon, but not the usual kind. Something's not right about them. Oh my god. These anomalous alphas have to be connected somehow to Xerneas, the one that gives. And even if they aren't, I guess we ought to take care of them. Alphas always spell danger. I'm sure you can tell where this is going, right? Your new research task is to catch or defeat the anomalous alphas in Wild Zones 3, 5, and 9. Now get to it. Bye! Can I fast travel indoors? Alright. Alright, I remember the numbers, I think. Are the anomalous alphas gonna be any different from regular alphas? I mean, if it was only a one-shot chance at catching them, then I don't suppose that they would. Oh, but I want to catch the Steelix because I wouldn't be able to get it without trading anyway. Except a little bit worried about the task ahead of me. So we're just gonna have to see how it goes. Hello. Steelix, I've come to bargain. Wow, you're strong. Okay, oh, it almost definitely has a rock move. What am I doing? It's okay, it's stupid. It's okay, I'm a little less stupid. It's okay, it's not actually that okay. Please, I beg of you, for my family. What level are you guys? I don't remember if I could hold an alpha of you, but I'm gonna need it for the one guy who needed a go-go. Anyway, adios, I guess. Also, there weren't really any other legendaries in X and Y besides... Well, there were the 3 birds, but I mean newly added legendaries besides the ones I'm going after. So, that's all well and good, I guess. I wonder if there's enough lore in Pokemon to sort of fulfill one's autism. In the sense that you know, Five Nights at Freddy's. Not much. Actually, not much can compare to Five Nights at Freddy's lore hyperfixations, but you know, it'd be nice to have like some sort of semblance of equality in that in that regard. Um, why are you specifically going after me? This is like discrimination of some kind. Oh. Oh wow, it just died. Okay. Was not expecting that, to be honest. But you know what? We've all. Come on. I think this game just hates me, honestly. Do these anomalous alphas come back at any point? Because honestly, I'd be down with that. And on that note, maybe I should... Maybe the timeable strategy isn't working because I'm not hitting the upper mark of moves that can be used. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I know, kind of gross, but you know, you do know. That's why I told you. That's because I told you. I'll just get this at the ready. Now, number 9 was the last one, right? What kind of nightmarish hell am I about to come across this time? I suppose I'll get a better view up above ground. This is what I'd say if I were a video game tutorial. Is that it? No. Still scary though. Pangoro? Maybe? I mean, it could go either way. But you know, in a place so maze-like, how would I like know any better? Let's be real here. Can I hit the... No. I'm just a simple girl needs... Why did I turn into Groove when I said girl? Like, seriously. Come on, y'all. Ouch. I might die, but, you know, it's cool. I'm trying to climb a ladder here. What a thrill. Am I right, gamers? I'm looking for a very specific alpha out there. And you know, the exact alpha that, like, is qualified for that, designation of anomalous is still kind of on the fence. Just like I am on the ladder. It's poetry and cinema, it rhymes. Is it you? Yep. A level 70 gave it away. Oh, you fool. You know what? Level 70 Alpha Pangoro is novel enough for me to want to keep. Alright. Mabel, you gotta tell me, yeah, like staple scientist lingo to tell me what's going on here. Also, that was a huge boost to my research level. I feel quite happy about that. It puts the dopamine in my video game completionist senses. I can and will die for my craft. Not Minecraft, just my craft. Specifically gaming. The sad part is it's like a very real possibility. Where am I? There's lots of crystals everywhere. I was kind of hoping I'd find more balls to pick up. But I guess I'm in the wrong game if I'm gonna be speaking like that. Anyway, my work here is done. How did I know that the blue-haired one would give me the blue Pokemon and the red-haired one would give me the red Pokemon? That statement probably would have hit better if I said that before I got the quest, but deep down I think I knew the truth. If they wanted me to specifically go to two different people, not the one that's actually studying in Pokemon knowledge. Alright, talk to me, Queen. Okay, so here's my little star researcher. See, tackling my task has trained you up to handle just about anything, wouldn't you say? Now then, looking at the data you collected, we're basically headed for disaster. Oh, well, Xerneas, the one that gives life, is beyond a doubt drawing close to Lumia City. We can probably infer that the crisis with the tower triggered this behavior. The excessive mega power from the tower caused rogue mega evolution, and if Xerneas shows up, something similar could happen again. I mean, it has command of basically an unlimited pool of life energy. There's only one way to make sure we avoid another disaster. Xerneas must be caught. Looks like it's on track to appear in Mod Zone 11. And once it appears there, it'll be a problem for some outstanding trainer to deal with. By which I obviously mean you, not me. But you can battle right. And yet they stuck you in a lab. So, I think one of us got the better deal out of this scenario. You know, independent of the legendary Pokemon that I gotta face down. They basically have to, justify why having too much life is bad for you. Now, how am I gonna deal with it? Oh, I know, obviously. The one that I... Oh, but it also has lots of special defense, so I guess forget what I've been saying. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the river. I feel like it could have just appeared just about anywhere, but it chose this place. We had like a hedge maze. We had like, surely there was a place with like flowers blooming, or like a big plaza. Probably be more convenient to fight Xerneas in one of those places. Oh, hello. It's just walking right at me. Haha. I'm in danger. Okay. Let's... Oh wait, I don't start yet? Now I start. I'm kind of in the middle of something, Mabel. Looks like you make contact with our target. You're up against Xerneas, one of the legendary Pokemon of the Kalos region. We need you to catch that thing. I'm glad the goal is, like, they're very upfront about me having to catch it instead of just killing it and then never seeing it again, which happened to many a poor child when they came across a legendary Pokemon. And we get the music. Let's go. I mean, I knew this was going to be a rough choice with the Wolves' lack of special defense. So maybe we don't do that. Everything's worth trying once. Is that a physical move? Because I don't know if I can deal with that. Like, deal with the consequences of that. Why are you allowed to do these things? Well, another one bites the dust. Oh, I did it. Sorry you had to die for that, my therapist. Oh, you came all the way to see me. How lovely of you. Ding, ding, ding. You sure did it. Oh, and I just realized she got a Rotom tablet and not like a Rotom phone. That's so very scientist of her. And to the victor go the spoils, meaning congrats, you got yourself a legendary Pokemon. Seriously, great work. When we found Xerneas 5 years ago, it was basically dormant in a tree-like state. It was a lot easier to secure like that compared to what you just had to do. But even then, you could feel the life force just roiling around it. I've been researching Pokemon's life energy for ages, and I'm still overwhelmed by that feeling. Seeing Xerneas again, after all this time, is quite something. But look at me, still stuck here, forbidden from traveling about freely or leaving Lumiose. And then there was all that mess with energy leaking from the tower and piercing up wild Pokemon. Energy's probably even what caused all these wild Pokemon to flock to the city, wanting a taste. In short, things have been rough. But somehow we managed to prevent even more trouble from befalling the Pokemon here. Looking at it that way, it's nice to know that my work for Team Flare wasn't a total waste. And you still haven't finished all the research tasks I wanted you to do for me either. Now I feel... would I have gotten alternate dialogue if I completed all the research tasks before capturing Xerneas? I feel like that's impossible because I have to catch every single Pokemon, and I feel like Zygarde's not gonna come back up that easily. I don't know. So we can take a breather today. But I'm still counting on you to get that work done. Okay, bye. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but my character Charlie has that face of hate to see her leave, but we'll have to watch her go. I don't know. Oh, my Pokemon are fine now. That's good. Anyway, a Maori. I heard it cost 5 million just to join team. Wait, was that real? Lamau. Anyway. Yeah, it seems a bit counterproductive of wanting people to save the world and only letting a select few in. Anyway. The only good thing we've got to offer is our location. You here for another nasty drink? Griselle, I do wish you wouldn't be quite so candid in your sales pitch. What? We saved the whole dang city with her. You think we still need to stand on ceremony? So what do you want today? The same old burnt up roast? I want the one that... you speak of the legendary Pokémon, Yveltal and Xerneas. Never thought I'd have to hear those names again. Thanks for yet another reminder of all the ways we messed up back in our Team Flare days. If you're facing either of those two, we'll help out. I hate the aftertaste of failure. Indeed. But if you aim to take on a legendary Pokemon, I think it would be wise to reach out to the good people of Crosatico first. Meet us at the Crosatico Inc. building. Discussing this further without them won't get us anywhere, believe me. Still trying to... I've become glued to the habit of attempting the Valley Girl mannerisms with Grisham, even though he's not quite there yet. Thank you, video game tip system. Inside the building I go. Ah, him again. Here you are. We'd heard from Grisham that we should be expecting you. And I have an update of my own. Our teams recently detected some sort of flying object approaching Lumiere City. We have determined since this object is most likely the legendary Pokemon Yveltal. Yveltal is a real nasty piece of work. It nearly took out a whole Team Flare unit on its own back when we tried to capture it for use in the ultimate weapon. And that was when it was in its dormant state, mind you. We did finally manage to contain it, thanks to the efforts of the very best trainers that Team Flare had to offer, including our former Alvin Malva. If our forces hadn't been so depleted by that foolish campaign, I doubt those children would have ever reached the ultimate weapon to stop it. This time, Crosatico Inc. will be stepping in to help, so you don't end up similarly overwhelmed. What kind of help? You see, Team Flare had a device that they used to train some of their team members. It was a battle simulator that could fully recreate Pokémon using holotech, down to the details of how they moved and the effects of their attacks. Grisham and Grizel here both experienced it for themselves, so we asked for their input, and built ourselves an improved version. Yes, we'd had to train against such a device here, so back then as Team Flare's future leaders. And it was just I think this is a sign that they need a drink and a deep breath. As monstrosity Crosatico's made is even worse than what Team Flare had to come up with, making it the perfect tool with which to train for a great challenge such as this. Celeste, I would like to ask you to battle once more against Victreebel, Hawlucha, and Tyranitar in their Rogue Mega Evolved states. The device is kept in our lower levels. We call it our Rogue Mega Evolution Simulator 3000. If you'll follow me, please. Oh boy. More health sponges with dodging mechanics. Where did Grisham and Griselle go? We can set you up to battle against the Rogue Mega Evolution Simulator from here. Which Rogue Mega Evolution would you like to battle? These are very particular choices, very out of order from what we had to do before. Very good then. I wish you the best of luck in your battle against it. Back, and I don't have any of my friends to help me. This is the saddest day of my life. It didn't even connect. This really is the saddest day of my life. We gotta do this. Please stop what you're doing. I do not approve. For some reason it feels easier this time, actually. I don't even have to, like, dodge around. I just literally just face tanking everything, and it's fine. This is the power of being a plushie collector. Literally, that's the only reason I'm alive. Apparently. Like seriously, I'm circumventing an entire game mechanics. Like, for my own convenience, even. It's funny how this happens. Alright, this ought to do it. Yeah. Wait. Is the pain my Pokemon are feeling real? Because I'm using my real Pokemon, so, like... A resounding victory. I'd expect nothing less from you, of course. Which Pokemon would you like to take on next? I need to prepare. I need to put the right Pokemon in position. I don't know why you would ask me to do these things back to back. It's honestly, like, very inconsiderate to my, actual needs. Well, you missed. Gosh, I can feel the roar resounding in my ears. Alright. Get a load of this. Yeah, that's one of the ones I'm supposed to stop, and I'm glad I did. Where'd you go? That's where you went. I'd like to think that they retroactively heard me complaining, like, occasionally about all the stuff that was all the bad stuff that was happening to me, and stealth hacked the game while I didn't even realize it. To make it so that I don't really have to, like, dodge. I didn't even dodge perfectly that time. There we go. This game is for literal babies who don't even have opposable thumbs yet. That's how babies grow. Did you know? A resounding victory. Okay. Which one? This one, I guess. Even though I'm pretty sure Tyranitar probably has the capability to, and also ground type moves, god damn it. Anyway. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. The more I say it, the better it will come into action. Doing a lot less damage than I hoped I would. I will say it's also a good thing that I'm still not using Heavy Slam, because I learned my lesson and realized big Pokémon are more frequent in big boy zones and big boy activities, even. Yeah, you stay where you are, Paul. I'll be fine. You probably won't be if you get too close. Just as a warning. All the ground eruptions are doing something to me. You stay away from that. Are we good now? I don't think we're good. I don't feel good about myself in this present moment. Or much at all ever, but you know. Attack. Hey, can you come over here? I'm talking to Raphael, not you. Why would I talk to you? You stink. Why would you walk into that attack? You had it good for a moment and then you didn't. That you got hit by multiple spikes? Bruh. And then you got hit by another one. Sure, you go. I'm sure you can turn this around. Man, and so soon. You know, the rapidly... the music going rapidly faster is not helping my anxiety, which has returned now, thanks to this game. I'm sure if the game had feelings, you'd be happy to know that this was an outcome. Please come over here. This is no place for a therapist. Why would you walk into that? What even was that? I don't even know. I don't know much of anything. Oh wow. Say it with me now, gang. If it works, it works. Doesn't matter if it's cheap, if it works, it works. Okay, finally. We got through the filler stage of this legendary rondo. Now, how do we do what we need to do the thing in which we done? Superbly done. As was expected to be one of our first ever ZA Royale champions. You are truly impressive. To have so soundly defeated 3 rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon on your own, even if they were simulations. I guess it was pretty impressive. Yes, what is it? Understood. So the flying object we believe to be Veltal has finally reached the borders of Lumiere City. Please notify all residents. Civilians should be put on alert. I suppose you all overheard all that you needed to. Veltal has arrived. Thanks for repeating what he said back at us so that we couldn't hear what he said over the phone. Very polite of you. It appears to be headed for the roof of the Rogue District's Galerie de la Lune. Yveltal is said to absorb life force. It represents death itself. Meaning that simply defeating it in battle won't be enough. It'll just recover and fly into a rage. You absolutely have to catch it to control it. Also, I didn't really think to ask, but like, Vinian knows that those two were fugitives, and they probably is not turning them over to the authorities, which is interesting for his which is an interesting course of action. But you know, I guess it's fine. Guess they haven't done much bad since then, so I guess I guess I'm supposed to believe it's fine. Even though a lot of people almost died because of their group, and I don't think people are talking about that enough. Up. I want that. Shiny thing on the ground, I want that. This will help me buy more clothes. This is somehow a very fitting spot for Yveltal to be. Can I not climb up the dome? Do I have to glide across onto the... Well, that's kind of that is mildly inconvenient for me, to be perfectly honest. This roof sure looks like a roof. I guess I've investigated all that I need to. Hey, where do you think the electric gym's gonna be now that the tower's all gone? How did I get over to the other roof so quickly? I feel like it shouldn't be safe for me to be standing so close to something that, you know, is supposed to drain the life force of living beings. I did see the movie it was in, and it was kind of scary how, like, for some reason it equated to just them getting petrified. We detected Yveltal's life force. I suppose he must have found it. Yveltal is an extremely dangerous Pokemon. I trust you will take care. Yeah, you know you gotta catch it, right? It's a big job, but you gotta be up to it. This is one I fear substantially more than the one that gives life. Also, I've never seen it, like, standing on the ground like that. That's a first for me. It's level 75. Wasn't the other one, like, not 75? A little lower than that, even? This is not sustainable. Straight up. Throwing Pokeballs mid-battle seems to be a viable strategy in this game. Go figure. I guess I got caught up thinking it wasn't. Because after a certain amount of times doing it, you just fail. Like, they just stop you from doing it, like, forever. That music sure was a memory trip. Anyways, mission successful. How did you two get up here? I had to glide. You never stop surprising me. To think that you would be able to conquer even Yveltal. I mean, by all accounts, I should be dead. I face tanked like 3 hits from a legendary Pokemon. Perhaps it's true that wanting something too much clouds the vision, setting one down paths that only lead to defeat. What are you going on about now, Grizz? Oh, nothing at all. I was just thinking about how wonderful it would be to have a serious battle against our friend here, who has subdued Lumios's mightiest Pokemon. Seriously? If there's a point here, would you mind getting to it? My point is only that my old fixation upon restoring our honor held me captive to the past, and now I am focused wholly on becoming the greatest I can be. Better goal, I rather think. Preach. Yeah, I guess. Nothing wrong with that, huh? I prefer the look on your face when you're focused in battle. You almost look good. I think I also maintain a nice expression when I am dealing with our customers. Speaking of which, are we all ready for a nice coffee break? I prefer juice. Alright, one piping hot cup full of props to you. I swear it's not just dregs we couldn't sell today. Oh, that's a relief to hear. I suppose, I'm gonna take this while I can. Soyif. Iron Tail. Steel move that packs punch. I can see that. Anyway. Yeah, I'm guessing my suspicion right now is that, I gotta catch every Pokemon before I can, like, see, Zygarde again. So... let me look at the decks real quick. I could literally just evolve, like, some of the, some of the little guys I already caught, like I did with, frickin' blah 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 blah. Like I did with Squirtle earlier. I don't know why I felt the need to do that on stream. Because I thought I'd get something cool, I guess. That's as good a reason as any, maybe, probably. But I am wondering, I don't have anyone to trade with, so if I can't find the tradable ones in the wild, it's gonna be a real problem. For me, specifically. Also, where the hell is Gibble? Where the hell is this guy? Definitely somewhere. I think. I mean, like, you know. That's just my hunch, you know. My hunch that packs a punch. I don't know. Need a little revive. Anyway. Yep. It would appear that I've, like, more or less seen all the Pokemon I can see, except for a couple. So that will be my goal in future. in days of future past, in the past and the future of today, I really do wish they had like the link cable items and you could just use them like you could in Pokemon Legends Arceus. That would be like very convenient for me, like personally. Anyway, I'm not gonna subject you guys to that when I can't even like fill the void doing what I did today. That's and that's a guarantee. Real quick though, before I end things off, I feel like it's only fitting that I scroll down and said dash a YouTube. Don't talk to me, Google AI. Can you tell me oh, I would not have thought to go all the way over there. Where is there actually? If you're mad that I used the walkthrough to find this out, simply don't. It's better for your sanity that way. With my luck, Mewtwo's gonna have like a bug type move when I do this. But you know, honestly, a Dark Ominous Stone is pretty fitting for Mewtwo, who I'm assuming wait, I need more details actually. I hope I did not make a fool of myself just now. B3. This seems a little too ominous to be something truly powered up in response to your presence. Showing security protocols, Megastone's detective, restoring power to critical systems. Yeah, this seems a little too abstract to have, like, for modern Pokemon, honestly. Activating Project M. Oh, cool, we're gonna play Smash? Easy joke. Easy joke made by Easy Time Streamer. Release the locks. I'm not afraid. I should be, but I'm not. I think there's something wrong with me personally. Oh, hey Zeno, I'm doing well. I'm about to fight Pokemon Frankenstein. Now, Celeste, what do you think you're doing? You seem like Mewtwo's an extremely dangerous Pokemon. You think you're facing off against that thing? I am here, aren't I? And you better not fail to catch it. I'm so glad that they emphasized that for me again. I definitely would not have thought to come all the way down here with the Mewtwo Megastones. It's a good thing I searched it up, otherwise I'd be confused. They simply just said you can have access to side mission when you're ready. And here I am. Say the line, Mewtwo. Guess that Mewtwo can't fail here, kid. That's not your name. Anyway. What is this music? Why don't I have any status moves? I think the simple answer is I wasn't expecting to have to catch Pokemon the traditional way. But here we are, aren't we? Oh, it has Aura Sphere. I might be doomed. Let's try again. Let's try again. Let's try again. Let's try again. Oh, never mind. I have reason to believe this will be the best course of action. Or I could go for the guarantee. No, I'll go for this one. It's still only one arrow, so that's kind of a... Okay, now what? I know, Mabel, I was trying, Mabel, please. Cut me some slack. Xena, in case you didn't hear me, I'm doing well. I don't know. Sorry, I get Sorry, I get nervous when people... No, I get nervous when I don't think people get heard or misinterpreted. I have anxiety. Sorry, forget I said anything. Let me try this again. Can Mewtwo be considered a wild Pokemon if it... Maybe the bounce will paralyze it? It clearly knows a fighting type move, and yet it continues to resort to the 2 psychic moves it has. This is Pokemon AI at its finest. This won't kill it, right? I was really hoping for a paralysis proc anyway. And again. And again. And again. Hang on. And again. I think this is hell. I think hell is real and we're in it right now. I think this is my punishment. What is happening to me right now is a punishment I did not ask for, but is being brought upon me anyway. Imagine for a second that you're trying to catch Mewtwo in the game Pokemon Red and Blue, and let's just say for the sake of argument you don't have your Master Ball with you, or just any classic Pokemon game. Just imagine the feeling of having to, you know, being subjected to turn after turn of throwing Pokeballs at your quarry, one after another. Oh, that hurts. Why would you do that to me? Just imagine this for a second. Now imagine doing it multiple times in a row with no refreshers. Never mind. It was actually that easy. I'm a god. Oh, you caught it? Good, 1 sec. Oh my god, technology. Well, things placed in ruins like this. I gotta tell you, it's a complicated feeling, no matter how long it's been. When you're a hologram, do you see in hologram or do you see in real life? Because if the latter is the case, why can't I see you as a real person? I feel like it's a bit disproportionate each other's reality. I'm just gonna say that. Also, how do I know you're Mabel? We've already established that Tarragon was role-playing as Canary. So, like, I really can't trust anyone anymore. I have trust issues with technology. I think that's the point that they're trying to make. I think we should ban all computers. I think we should. I think the AI bubble needs to pop. Anyway, I think it Holotech was called for this situation. Voice calls are just so impersonal. That's how I feel about calling instead of texting. Now then, let Auntie Mabel explain to you why you ended up battling Mewtwo in Lysander Labs. I was actually wondering that. Like, I didn't think anything to come here in the first place. So, and I would also like to know how Mewtwo started from, like, a laboratory, ended up in a cave, ended up in another cave, and then ended up in here. Like, in all the in all the times that Mewtwo has appeared in video games. Sass Machine 9000. Not the reply I was expecting, but whatever. I'm telling you the story anyway. See, Mewtwo is a Pokemon created by a scientist who is conducting research on Pokemon DNA. It has formidable power, which piques the team players' interest. We wondered if we might be able to use Mewtwo in the ultimate weapon. When we heard it had been spotted in Carlos's unknown dungeon, we went and caught it. Wait, that's not what happened. I thought random child from X and Y caught it. Or is that... Or did my own play experience lie to me, my own personal experience that I did by myself? Honestly, we still don't know why Mewtwo had even shown up in the Kalos region. One theory was that Mewtwo came seeking the power of Mega Evolution, but even with all 5 of us looking into it, we couldn't arrive at an answer. See, we had pieces of both Mewtwo Knight X and Mewtwo Knight Y, but even when we tried using them, Mewtwo never Mega Evolved. Since Mewtwo tends to mostly just hang about, saving up its energy for when it needs to battle. Oh, spinning. We put Project M on the back burner and forgot about it. Something Super Smash Brothers joke. Anyway. But Mewtwo sure does like leaving me with questions, doesn't it? Like, why awaken now? Was it just reacting to the Mewtwo Knight X and Y and Mewtwo Knight Y you have? Which leads to the question of why you even have those 2 Megastones in the first place. A magical computer fairy delivered them to me on a silver platter in a gift box over this thing called the internet, over this thing called Wi-Fi communication. Nintendo Wi-Fi is the future. Please buy a Switch expansion pack membership. We live in an age of technology. But what do I know? Maybe Mewtwo will be a good little Pokemon who listen obediently to a trainer with your skills. Anyway, this acting director still has a pile of work waiting for her, so I'm hanging up now. Bye! It still puts me off every time you smile and wave like that. Just saying. Goodbye. Alright. I'm out of here. I do have one more piece of business that I can only do in this cursed region that I'm in. Where? Okay, mother fricker, your time has come. Let me try again. Matang, please ignore me. I don't need you, I need your child. How did you Beldum come into existence? Come on, let me, okay. Oh my god. I am going to throw a fit. It's literally the one thing I wanted to do. I had left to do here, and they won't even give me this. Ugh. I suppose some things will have to wait for another day. Looks off into the distance, the camera pans out into a wide shot. Slowly fade to black, roll credits. I'm a cinematic genius. Well, I set out to do pretty much all the thing, like the bare minimum I wanted to do for this stream, so yeah. Here's hoping I'll eventually get around to the DLC and collecting all the rest of the Pokemon, like in between those times. But it's good to keep the ball rolling on this sort of thing. I don't think I could forgive myself if I left these things unfinished. Please no one bring up AI Limit or any other Dark Souls games I haven't gotten all the endings for. That would make me self-conscious, and you wouldn't want to hurt my feelings, would you? Would you? Would you? Look into her eyes. This is the eye of someone you don't want to mess with. This unflinching stare that beholds any calamity and then quells it with one mighty blow from the little pocket pets in her balls. Sometimes you just regret the words coming out of your mouth. Anyway, I'll see everyone on Friday. Take care. And